everybody. It is time for our social studies lesson. Are you ready? Because I'm ready. I know we've been doing science, but we're going to put science on hold for a little bit, and we're going to do a few days of social studies, one of my favorites. So today, we are going to learn about the different regions in Texas. I am so excited about this. We talked about regions, and remember, that's where map makers kind of group areas of Texas together based on like what crops we grow, similar climates, the culture, different traditions that they have. It's kind of grouped together just so we can divide Texas up a little bit. So this is what Texas looks like if we were to divide it up into, wait, give it a minute. There we go. This is what Texas looks like if we were to divide it up into the 4 different regions that we have. So we're going to go over the 4 different regions in depth, and I want to start with mountains and basins. So the mountains and basins region is right here, like on the little edge of, right here on the little edge of Texas. And this is where we have rocky soil, they're really hot days, really cold nights. They have mountain lions here. They do a lot of ranching, so they have sheep, they have goats. It's the driest part of Texas, and also they have a lot of oil and gas. So that's one of the main ways that they are making their money over there is oil and gas. So right here is the Great Plains region. It is known for very cold winters. It's a very flat area. So a plain is just a flat area. This is the coldest region in Texas. Some of the things that they're known for is oil, gas. They have something called yucca, prickly pear. They have cactus. You know I like cactus. So they also do cotton farming. They have very hot summers right in through this area. Up here is the coldest region. Right here they have hot summers. So this is where you will see the grasslands. They have cattle ranching, watermelons, all right in through here. So the plains are very flat, and that top part is the hottest part. And over here, remember, mountains and basins have really hot days and really cold nights. It's the driest part of Texas. So if we look here at the central plains, this is where we are. This is Austin, Fort Worth. We have rolling hills, rich soil, a lot of farms. If you're ever driving through Central Plains, you will pass so many farms, which is full of crops and crops and crops. We have, as you know, very hot summers and cold winters. We don't get snow here a lot, but we get a lot of ice. In the southern part of the Great Plains, it's a lot of hill country. And it's got, like we said, it's got really, really hot summers. So that's where we are. Then this is the coastal plains. It's the largest region in the state. So it receives the most amount of rain. So this also has oil and gas industries. It also has a lot of shipping because it's right on the coastline, which means where the land meets water, right here, where the land meets the water. We also have a lot of farming here. This is where you're going to see a lot of woods and more foresting areas, some cattle ranching. It covers 1/3 of the land. Right here it says it covers 1/3 of the land in Texas. Notice how small mountains and basins is compared to the coastal plains. So some crops you're going to see here are corn, cotton, some animals. You're going to see white-tailed deer, lots of birds. So that is just the 4 areas. So the biggest is the coastal plains, and you're going to have a lot of rainfall, tornadoes, hurricanes, cattle ranching, all right here. It's also on the border of the United States and Mexico. In the north central plains, that's where we are, because we're right in this vicinity. And you're going to see a lot of rich soil, farming, ranching. We have a ton of trees. Our summers are very, very, very hot, and our winters are pretty cold. Up here is the coldest region of Texas. They have oil, they have gas, cactus, prickly pear. They also have some farming and cotton. And then right here in mountains and basins, it's rocky, very rocky soil. If you've ever driven like towards like Colorado, New Mexico, you know that it goes from being plains, like flat, very, very, very flat. You can't really see much of anything, to very hilly. They have very little rainfall, and they're mainly known for oil and gas. So today I want to show you this cool little thing I found. And it's how to remember where the regions are in Texas. So it looks like they misspelled plains here. I did not do that. Let's fix that. Okay. So I want you to hold your hand like this. And I want you to, your right hand, it only works if your thumb is pointing out this way. So hold your right hand up like this. So you should see the back part of your palm. Yours should look like this, the back part of your palm. Okay, so on your thumb, we have the mountains and basins region. So look, let me make these two side by side. So you notice that right here, I'm saying the thumb is the mountains and basins region, and you notice the mountains and basins region is on the edge of Texas, just like our thumb. And then we have the Great Plains is our pointer finger, and you see how the Great Plains is all right in through here? So that represents the Great Plains, because you can kind of see how your hand looks like Texas if we do this. And then we have where it says NCP, we have the North Central Plains. People. We have the North Central Plains. So we have the North Central Plains. So if you have your three fingers down, we have the North Central Plains. And you notice how the North Central Plains span. So if you're looking at your hand like this, we got mountains and basins. We have the Great Plains. The North Central Plains spans most of this area right here of your hand. That's the North Central Plains. And then right here, the palm of your hand, is the coastal plains, because it's right along the water, right along the coast. So we've got the mountains and basins, the Great Plains, the North Central Plains, and then we have the coastal plains. So before I tell you what your activity is, I want to tell you about this cool thing they do in Poteet, Texas. Poteet. Like, where is that, Miss Simpson? Well, if you look right here on this map of the coastal plains, it's like right in through here. Right in through here. It's called the Strawberry Festival. And the Strawberry Festival started because people were coming home from the war, and they wanted them to become farmers and drive up some agriculture. That's when you grow things. So they wanted them to start planting and start growing crops. So they started the Strawberry Festival, and they started having competitions to see who could grow so much. And if you've ever seen on movies where they have competitions who can grow the biggest things, but they have a Strawberry Festival in Poteet. And now, all these years later, what they were trying to make into getting more crops for their people now has turned into a way for them to give scholarships to high school kids going into college. It's a way kind of like a fair where everybody can show up and see all of the strawberries and have a good time, and it's pretty cool. And it's in Poteet, Texas, and that's in the coastal plains. So one more time, let's go over. I want everybody to hold their hand up like this. We've got the mountains and the basins region if you're looking at your hand. So if I'm looking at my hand like this, let's make me bigger. If I'm looking at my hand like this, I've got the mountains in the basins region. I have got the Great Plains right here. I've got the North Central Plains right here across my palm. And then right here on the edge of my hand, I've got the coastal plains because it's on the coast where the water meets Texas, on the coast. So what you're going to do is you're going to draw a picture of your hand. What I would do is because I'm horrible at drawing, I would take a piece of paper and I would put my hand down and I would trace the outline of it. All right? And then you're going to label the regions of Texas. There are 4 regions: mountains and basins, Great Plains, North Central Plains right here, and then on the palm of my hand I have the coastal plains. But you're going to draw this, you're going to outline it, and then you're going to label on your hand the different regions of Texas. You're going to take a picture of it and you're going to submit it to Canvas. So you're going to label, draw an outline of your hand, label your hand with the 4 different regions of Texas, and upload a picture to Canvas. All right, you guys, if you need anything, I am here to answer questions. Y'all have fun.